We have spoken with her a couple of times. I reported something that she told our crews this morning as well. She said that, she went inside to do something, came back out, checked on Summer a couple minutes later, and next thing you know, she was gone. Both of her parents say that they believe someone abducted her. They have both said that. However, they say that Summer also is never it's not like their child would just walk away.
Me and my mother and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from Grandma, and she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay, and I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and said, quiet, and he looked at me and I said, watch Sissy, I'll be right back. And that's when I walked back over to my mom's.
Okay.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that, and I said, well, Mom, I gotta go back over with the kids. And that's when I come back up into the house. And I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. Went over here like this, so this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her bedroom.
Our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times. I said, Summer. And she didn't. I listened for a minute, I didn't hear nothing. Which was unusual, because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone. And that's her little swing right there off that tree. She loved to play right there in that yard. That was her favorite spot to be. So whoever took her had to actually come up into the yard and take her. And I don't understand, because my neighbor heard her scream, but I didn't hear her scream because I was in the house with the boys trying to find her. And I guess when my neighbor heard her scream, I was actually in the house and the TV was going, so I didn't even hear the scream.
So somewhere between 4:30 and 4:42, the children and I were sitting there being pretty loud, laughing, carrying on. I mean, and when I say loud, we're pretty loud. However, the cabin was quiet, TV running, no air, no fans, and this scream happens. This noise I originally tried to dismiss but it was so different and so wrong. I believe on the phone at 6:09, I'm going around the top curvatory to start the descent down.
She was waiting for Andy to get there. That's what she told me.
And what time was that?
Oh, gosh. I'm not even sure, Benny, right now.
Okay.
Around 4:30, yeah, about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
I thought it was 5:30, but the 911 call says 6:30, 6:26 is when the first call come in. And it could have well be. Sometimes I work till sunset,
Around 110, 110, Hill Road off of Beach Street should be the first residence on your right. Reference to a missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk. Came home, now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been offered
as TBI agents work alongside the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and the FBI to determine what happened to Summer. Investigators have executed numerous search warrants, collecting all potential evidence. We've spoken with anyone and everyone associated with the Wells family, in some cases more than once. This includes neighbors, acquaintances, and those working in the area the day she disappeared. We've used a plane, helicopters, divers, canines, and every resource available to us during search efforts. Despite the countless hours of tireless work, the circumstances surrounding her disappearance remain unclear. At this time, there is no evidence that she was abducted. However, all avenues continue to be explored, including foul play and the very real possibility that she wandered off and became lost in the mountainous and rough terrain surrounding her home.